To start off, we're going to talk about A-long control. This is where you'll be playing most of the time. The simplest dart that you can do is to come out into long, do a full charge one bounce, and aim your crosshair right there. This is a really good dart as it scans all of A lobby, but isn't shootable from A garden. Your second option for an A-long dart is to stand right here against the wall, aim in between these two beams and a little bit higher, and do a full charge one bounce. While this dart is breakable from A garden, you don't run the risk of getting breach stunned. Here's your third alternative. Stand up against this wall, line up this wall with this wooden beam over here, and then right where this part of the bricks sticks out, right here, aim a little bit higher and to the right. Do a full charge double bounce, and it will land up here. This will get anyone in lobby or even A long. While this is still breakable from garden, it denies anyone from doing the jet smoke across or the cage across without having to break this dart first. Here's your fourth option. If you want to get a damage spam, come up against the barrier and aim your crosshair right here where the bricks end, but a little bit higher and to the right. Do a double charge, one bounce, and that will land right here. Combining these methods with an Odin will allow you to get a clear spam. If you want to punish the player's garden, stand where the barrier starts and aim right about here, right above the trees and a little bit under the wire. Do a 2 charge, no bounce, and that will land right about up here. This can still scan anyone trying to get into long. Here is your sixth option for long control. Stand right here in short up against these boxes and aim right above this flower. Do a no charge. This will scan anyone out of long, but won't scan anyone in lobby. The seventh way to take long control is to not take long control at all and instead wait for the C push. Put your right diamond right up against this part of the roof, the corner of the roof, and do a 2 charge. Your dart will scan pretty much all of sight. You can also pair this with a shock dart if you aim yourself in the same position and do 1 bounce instead. And that will land straight onto default. In order to shock the C lobby trips, stand right here, do a 1 charge, 2 bounce, and put the A in charge right above this light bulb. It bounces off this wall and will break anything that's placed in C lobby. If you're playing to retake A and you want to set up a flank, come up against this box, do a 1 charge, 1 bounce. It'll bounce off of this light post and land right here. This will break the main Cypher trip that allows your team to flank. If you want to be able to spam long with the dart, come right here up against this wooden beam, do a full charge, 1 bounce right where this discoloration on the wall is, but place your crosshair on the wooden beam. This gets anyone in long and allows you to spam them, so. If you want to retake A from heaven, come right here, put your crosshair right here, and then shoot your dart. Guys, you don't need a retake for something so simple. This sees literally everything, except for this small corner. If you still want to dart for garden, but you want to be there for the C rotate, line up this generator with the red part of this wall so that it's fully covered, and then put your crosshair as such. Do a full charge, 1 bounce, right here, and this will scan from the tree and garden. This will still allow you to go C fast for a flood retake. The most consistent way to do the A retake dart is to stand right here in this corner, put your left diamond right in this corner, and do a full charge. This dart sees everything, from short to long to graffiti to sight, and even a little bit of hell. This dart is the biggest retake dart you can do from a link. For some godforsaken reason, if you want to get short control from a link, you can line yourself up like this. Find this discoloration and then line up with this light gray line right here. Find this wooden beam and then put your right diamond a little few pixels above it. Do double bounce, double charge, and it'll bounce off this window, land through this door, and then land into short. You can use this for any high penetration weapon that you want to use to wallbang with. You can even do it over here. You can also get guarded control from this side if you really want to play over towards C. Put your crosshair right here where this spiral ends almost, and do 2 charges. This will get anything in garden. You can actually get damage off of someone in this corner. If you stand here, aim at the discoloration, and do a 2 charge 2 bounce. If that angle is smoked off, or you want to be a little bit safer, come right here, make sure that only this window is visible, and do a 2 charge 2 bounce again. And it will land in the same spot, but it's a little bit safer. If you want mid information from garage, stand right up against these 2 lines, right next to the paper, and then aim right at this corner of this wooden beam. Do a 1 bar. This will scan anything right here, and it will even scan this part of mid. The best way to get C-long control is just stand in this corner and chuck your dart as so. This lands right here on this leaf, and sees everything in C-long. It even sees in Cubby. This God Dart will show you both C-long and C-lobby. Stand right here against this pillar, line up this middle charge bar, or this middle HUD line with the corner of this box, and do a 1 bar. It lands on this tree, and of course sees anything long and anything lobby. Okay, if you want a variation where people are dodging your dart C lobby, come to this gray line, and then come to this orange line, aim your left side of your HUD like this, then come up here all the way to the wood, and then at the apex of your jump, release your mouse. So, like this. That will land right here, and scans anyone in C lobby. If you want to retake garage, stand up against this line, do a double charge, double bounce, and aim your crosshair right here. It lands right here and sees all of garage and even sees into connector. I'm sure everyone knows the retake Sinatra arrow that you can do. Line up this discoloration with this line, and do a 1 bounce, 1 charge. Right? Everyone knows that lineup. If you want to dart from C to A to help your teammates on site, come into this corner, line up your crosshair with this little in between the vines and this wall, and then at the apex of your jump, release mouse 1. This will land all the way over onto A site and will help any of your teammates try to either spam from heaven or, of course, just fight on site. The fastest way you can take long control is if you just aim your crosshair right above this pixel and do a click. This will see anyone in long, especially the Sova's trying to dart you. If you want a variation that sees long and Cubby control, put your right diamond in this spot right here. Do 1 bar, and that will land right on the roof corner. If you want short control, you can stand in this Cubby, aim here, right about, and do a full charge double bounce. This will land right here in short and see anyone in Cubby or anyone pushing short. For a short control, you have 2 options. You either stand next to this vase and do a 1 bar with the right diamond up on this light bulb, scan short, or you stand up here and make sure this wall is disappeared on your screen, then aim right here, do a 1 bar. which is a little bit faster. Both of these see short and forces anyone in this cubby, unless they're standing here, to flood out of short. If you want a god dart for Backsite and graffiti, come up into these sandbags and then tap at A until you make a triangle right here. Put your crosshair in this black area, do a 2-bar, and then release mouse 1 at the apex of your jump. Your dart will land right here, and we'll see CT, graffiti, a little bit of short for the most part, and all of Backsite, but it won't cover hell. If you want a variation where you're closer to sight and long, come up to this wall, find this circle, and then aim a little bit to the left, do a full bar, 1 bounce, and it will land right here in pretty much the same position, seeing almost all of the same angles except for tucked right here in CT. For early mid control, stand up against this wall, make sure that the full window is exposed, aim in between them, and then aim about center of this square right here. Make sure that it's aligned like this, do a full charge 1 bounce, and that will land here. This will deny anyone from opping on B, and will even catch anyone trying to tuck here. If you want B backside control, stand up against the shadow, and then aim at this metal bar and do a full charge. This will see anything backside, and even into link. If you want garage control, stand right here up against the barrier, put your right diamond above this blue, and then do a 1 bounce full charge. This will land in garage and see pretty much everything. Here's a C arrow that you can do pretty much every round. You see this little worm? Go to where his body turns, aim right here with the tip of this leaf, and then aim a little bit up, right, so like that it's, you see this 90-degree angle, so that it's in line with that. Oops, don't do that. Do a 1 bar. That will land right here. This dart will see anyone backside, we'll see anyone plat, back plat, and then logs, and then of course, right here, tucked left. You can also do this from long if you don't have the time to set it up, or you're playing a post-plant position. Come right here and then line up the first line of your charge bar with this wire, right above this wire, and this, like, where the roof meets. So like this, do a 2-bar, and that will help with anyone on site, and it'll see bomb so that you can spam it. If you want an ability to break these tripwires, come against the barrier, put your shock dart like this, do a 1 bar, 1 charge, and that will land right here, breaking any of these trips. You can pair this with shock dart with this recon right here, stand under here, do a crouch, and then full charge 1 bounce where your crosshair is right up top here. Pretend I spoke normal English there and just look at the dart. Wow, beautiful.